I need you to do something for me. I need you to read an entire post. Not the first sentence, not the headline, but the whole thing. Because what is happening right now on the internet is one of the greatest cases of selective reading I have ever seen in my life. Donald Trump posted something on Truth Social today, and the first sentence says, "A whole civilization will die tonight, never to be brought back again." That is where the media stopped reading. That is where the outrage machine kicked in. Genocide, war crimes, monster. The White House literally had to come out and deny that the United States was going to use nuclear weapons. That is how far this has gone. So my name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the Power Pundit, and I want to walk you through what Trump actually wrote, what he actually meant, and why Iran's own reaction proves Trump right. Let me read you the rest of that same post. The same post, not a different one. However, now that we have a complete and total regime change, where different, smarter, and less radicalized minds prevail, maybe something revolutionarily wonderful can happen. Who knows? And then, 47 years of extortion, corruption, and death will finally end. God bless the great people of Iran. God bless the great people of Iran. Does that sound like a man threatening to wipe out the Iranian people? Does that sound like genocide? He's talking about the regime. He's talking about a system of government that has terrorized its own citizens for 47 years. He is saying that system, that civilization of corruption and religious tyranny is about to die. Not the people, the regime. And by the way, the 47th president of the United States is about to end Iran's 47th reign of terror on April 7. 47. I don't know if that's a coincidence, but it's a heck of a number. Now, is Trump using extreme language? Of course he is. He always does. He has been a public figure for over a decade, a lot more. He has been saying things that make cable news anchors lose their minds for 10 straight years. And after 10 years, the people who still react to his negotiating style with this level of hysteria should not be in the business of political commentary. If he actually destroys Iran tonight at 8 p.m., I will come back on this channel and say I was wrong. But when he doesn't, these same people will admit nothing. They will find some other sentence to be outraged about tomorrow, because that is what they do. And I talked about this in a previous video. Trump uses what's called the madman strategy. You say the most extreme thing possible. You make the other side believe you might actually do it. And when they believe it, they make mistakes. And Iran is making mistakes. Iran just closed all diplomatic channels with the United States. They suspended every back channel, every indirect communication, every exchange of messages. But to me, that looks like panic. A country that is winning keeps the lines open. A country that is scared, that does not know what is coming next, slams the door and hopes for the best. So, Iran's president announced that 14 million Iranians have registered to sacrifice their lives to defend Iran. 14 million. Think about what that means. Think about what kind of regime asks its own citizens to volunteer to die. Not soldiers, citizens. So yeah, to me that sounds like a hostage situation dressed up as bravery. And then, and this is the part that should make your blood boil, Iran started mobilizing human chains around power plants and bridges. They are placing civilians, including children, around military infrastructure. They're using their own people as human shields. J.D. Vance said it best. Iran is using children as human shields around power plants and bridges, hoping to protect military targets from American strikes. The same regime that screams death to America is willing to sacrifice its own kids to shield its weapons. That is pure evil. And Trump's post made them show it to the whole world. Now, I want to tell you something that the media will never show you, because it breaks their narrative. An Iranian man posted a thread online today explaining what Trump's words actually mean to people inside Iran. And what he said was devastating. In Iran, if you protest, you die. Not as a metaphor. You actually die. Snipers on rooftops shoot people in the head and chest. The regime massacred thousands of young people in the streets. Many of them were kids whose only crime was wanting a normal life. When Trump says Iranians are telling the United States, please keep bombing, he is describing a population so desperate to be free from a regime that murders them for protesting that they are willing to endure a war if it means the system that terrorized them for 47 years finally falls. And this man said something that hit me hard. He said, you may not understand that. Most Westerners cannot understand that because you have never lived in a country where your daughter can be shot in the face for not covering her hair, where your son disappears into a prison and you get a call to come pick up the body, where the internet goes dark so the world cannot see the killing. I understood that because I remember Chavez and Maduro doing exactly the same thing in my country, shutting down the press, jailing protesters, making people disappear, shooting people in the face. And when the world finally paid attention, it was already too late. The Iranian people are not the enemy. The Iranian people are the hostages. And the regime just proved it by putting them in front of the bombs. So let me put the pieces together for you. Trump posts something extreme. The media loses its mind. Democrats call him genocidal. The White House has to deny nuclear weapons. And while all of that noise is happening, the United States military is watching. Watching what Iran tries to protect. Watching where they move their assets. Watching which bridges they surround with civilians. Watching which facilities they consider worth dying for. Every single reaction from Iran is giving American intelligence a map of their priorities. The panic itself is the intelligence. And the Democrats and the media freaking out, that actually helps. Because the louder they scream that Trump is crazy, the more Iran believes it. And the more Iran believes Trump might actually do anything, the more desperate they become. And the more desperate they become, the more mistakes they make. And the more mistakes they make, the more the world sees what this regime really is. So Trump did not accidentally write that post. Trump wrote a post that got the entire world to stare at Iran for 24 hours. And in those 24 hours, Iran showed everyone watching that they use children as shields, that they ask their citizens to volunteer to die, and that they threaten that to cut off oil to the entire planet, and that they will respond, and I quote, beyond the region. To me, that looks like a regime being exposed. So tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern, something is going to happen. I don't know what, and nobody does. But that is the point. But I know this. The Iranian regime has spent 47 years hiding behind its own people, behind religion, behind threats, behind closed doors. And today, Donald Trump got them to step out from behind those doors and show the world exactly who they are. Let me know what you think about this in the comments. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the Power Pundit. Much love and bliss.